national referee. Second referee, Ryan Vincent Corpus, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 7, team captain, Maddie Matayag. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. Center from Ateneo, number 3, Dina Wong. Opposite hitter from the University of Perpetual Health System Delta, number 15, Royce Tubino. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 18, CC Rondina. Middle blocker from De La Salle, Dasmariñas, number 22, Cherry Nunag. Starting libero from Adamson University, number 16, Tang Ponce. Head coach for the Flying Titans is Dante Alinsunurin. And now the starters for Capital1 Solar Energy. Outside spiker from the National University, number 10, team captain, Joel Singh. Middle blocker from Jose Rizal University, number 2, Sid Niegos. Outside spiker from the University of St. LaSalle, number 12, Patty Orendain. Center from Adamson University, number 14, May Macatuno. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 15, Des Clemente. Opposite hitter from La Salle, number 19, Ruby Estrella. Starting libero from the University of Santo Tomas, number 18, RJ Rivera. Head coach for Capital1 is Roger Gorayev. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Choco Mucho versus Capital1.
Starting lineup for the Flying Titans. They were led in scoring by CC Rondina, 16 points. 7th straight game in double digits for CC Rondina. We talked about Cherry Nunag with 12 as well. Isa Molde chipping in 9. The top 3 scorers for the Flying Titans. In the meantime, scoring an issue for the Solar Spikers. We talked about Des Clemente, 6. The next best scorer came off the bench in the first set. Heather Ginoo finishing with 5 points, her best output so far. Second best output in the All-Filipino Conference.
Magiging aabangan natin dito if these former star players, and sila Jorel Singh, Patty Orendain, who at one point, I think the last time I covered her, scored 19 points here at the same venue, but that time against the Gallery Star High Risers. So they're gonna need numbers like that one. They should pull off those numbers against the veteran team and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans today.
That was the only game in double digits for Patty Orendain so far in the All-Filipino Conference. The next best scoring game was 8 against the Cool Smashers. And we're off here in the opening set. Tubino is blocked. Good coverage by Tang Ponce. Battle at the net and a nice hit. Sydney Niegos with the first point of the opening set.
Niegos playing middle right now. Kaya kanina I was wondering because before Orendain replaced Niegos in the open, but now Niegos playing middle and walang nakalusot na bola from Choco Mucho on that first rally to Capital1. So I think part of the game plan of Coach Roger is to compensate din yung height. Dahil makikita natin Estrella also a tall player. But that time, CC Rondina, one of the shorter players on the other side, will score their team's first point. Sakto, sinet na kay CC yung bola na yun.
CC Rondina is all fired up. And that's just the first point for the Flying Titans in the opening set. Can you imagine how intense she'd be later on? There's
medyo nag-init na.
Setting error there coming from the Capital1 Solar Spikers. Let's check in with Franny Reyes.
Thanks, Eric. So Royce Tubino is starting as opposite in place of Kat Tolentino for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Kat is not here due to a medical condition, and we can wait for a statement from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans management to be released soon. But let's talk about Royce Tubino stepping up. She told me that every opportunity given to her by the coaches means that they trust her, and she knows that her team is solid regardless of who is in the court. So she has to do her her responsibility and give her all in the court so that they get their win. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
All right, thanks very much, Franny. Well, the record speaks for itself. At 6-1, it shows you that anybody that Coach Dante Lucian puts on the floor really contributes for the Flying Titans. But a good save defensively right there by the Solar Spikers. Molde, her second straight point.
Sa Molde, starting off strong here for Choco Mucho. Ang ganda rin ng nagiging setting distribution ni Dina Wong, even feeding itong si CC Rondina from the pipe. So, the blockers of Capital1, magandang nagiging simulan nila. They've been deflating the attacks. Nililito na agad ng setter by getting as much people involved.
Royce Tubino. That's popped up by Jorel Singh. May Makatuno. Passes. Orenda in. Got it.
At Orenda in. Ganda ng angle that she took in that last attack. Let's take a look at that again. Also one of the known beach volleyball players of her time. Just catching the line. Dina Wong letting that ball go.
Pati Orenda didn't score in the last game. A loss against the Angels. Dina Wong. That's Luna making her presence felt for the first time here in set number 1.
Well, it's a good idea for Dina Wong to involve everyone early here dahil apart from the goal to win this game, nalalapit na din tayo dun sa dulo ng elimination. So you really want to give as much confidence to all your spikers.
And it's nice to see Dina Wong back in the game after missing a few, especially the match against the HD Spikers. This is her first start in the first set. She came off the bench in their last game, that win against the High Risers. 3 serving 5. Former JRU Lady Bomber, Sydney Niegos with a nice serve. Easy kill, Jorel Singh.
2 points already for Jorel Singh. And both teams nakapagbigay na ng regalo sa isa't isa earlier to CC Rondina, this time returning the favor to Jorel Singh.
Singh now outscoring herself in the last game where she only put up 1 point. That's 2 already as Isa Molde now with her 3rd point.
Isa Molde taking a lot of angles and makikita mo yung variation sa mga attacks niya from the first point up to the 3rd. And you know, she's getting even more and more creative as the league has been progressing.
Former Lady Altus. Royce Tubino with a serve. Singh down the line. Got it. Singh playing very well here in the opening set.
That's the Jorel Singh I know.
Yeah.
Because previously when I was still playing, siya yung tao ko. And mahirap talaga blakin kapag mabilis pumalo. So Jorel Singh, it's nice to see na slowly nababalik niya ulit yung kanyang old form.
Rovi Estrella, 1 point in their last game. She did start in the first set for Coach Roger Gareev. She's in the starting lineup today. There's Coach Roger. Nice to see him very active again in the volleyball community. Meantime, the former UAAP Season 78 Rookie of the Year, Isa Molde with a serve. Good pass by Reyes. Clemente with a little drop shot. Rondina bounces it off the block. Catuno finding Jorel Singh. What a dig. Isa Molde. Underhand pass from Madayag. Makatuno back to Singh, cross court, Tang Ponce overpass. Reyes, longest rally of the opening set. Singh looking to finish it, not yet. Tang Ponce pops it up. Dina Wong, back row, Isa Molde with a tip. Quick hands, Solar Spikers keeping it alive. Chance ball for the Flying Titans. Running attack, Madayag in Australia, popping it up. Orenda in, back row. Terrific job on the floor by both teams. Makatuno to Singh. There's a block. Singh. Quick reflexes for coverage. Estrella setting it over. CC Rondina. Oh, wow. 1-2 play for Makatuno. The crowd erupting each and every shot. Madayag finally puts a stop to the rally.
I feel for Eric Defans calling every movement, I think, for 2 minutes straight. But I mean, if that was a preview of what's in store for us in this game, then we might just be out for a long afternoon. You know, both teams really displaying impressive defense. And now Choco Mucho is up by 3 points and they will head to the first technical timeout.
Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Welcome back to the Sports Coliseum of the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex. In the aftermath of what seemed like a 20-shot rally. Look at the fans inside the venue. And like what Mela mentioned, sold out since about Monday of this week. And a lot of friends asking for tickets. You apologize, but the venue can only hold about 5,700 people. So, and every seat right now is spoken for. CC Rondina sending it wide.
Tang Ponce containing the strong shots earlier against Jorel Singh. Ngayon naman yung open block na yon ni Clemente, nakuha niya pa rin. But that last hit of Rondina was outside.
Great pass coming from Isamolde, Madayag. Solar Spikers able to get a hand on every shot by the Flying Titans, Madayag. There's a nice dig coming from Reyes. Unfortunately, second touch couldn't get it up high enough for an offensive shot by the Solar Spikers.
Well, right now, you see Choco Mucho just going to the middles a lot dahil ang ganda nga ng mga nagiging defensahan ng Capital 1 dito. So they're making sure by getting the quick points off from the middles.
9 serving 6. Estrella. Here's Orendain stepping back for the shot. Underhand set. CC Rondina with a tip. Orendain, Clemente, and a chance ball for the Flying Titans. Wong. Nunag. And there's a net touch. Being called against a Solar Spiker, probably Clemente.
Choco Mucho slowly building on the gap here. Errors piling up on the side of Capital 1.
2-0 run for the Flying Titans. Back row for Molde. It's outside.
The effort of Isa Molde. You know the intention was to not get a touch from the blockers. But lack of first action on that last hit.
So that snaps the run of the Flying Titans. 3-point deficit against the Solar Spikers. Dina Wong. Cherry Nunag gets it through the double block.
Cherry Nunag powering through. But you know, off-air, Eric, you and I were talking about this. Ang ganda ng nagiging sabay ni Niego sa blocking. Nakakakapa. And to think, this is a new adjustment pa lang. And essentially, I guess for this game lang siya talaga ginamit. So aabangan natin if that blocking will work further to the benefit of Capital 1.
Orendain hitting it outside. Coach Roger Guerrero will not challenge, but instead just call a timeout.
Cross court mo. Diba? Kayong blocker doon, ipasok nyo kami nyo sa kabila. Huwag nyo dito ba-blocking doon. Paabutin nyo doon. Tapos kapag ka na makipag-agawan sa block, nakikipag-agawan ka pa eh. Dito may tao dito eh. May receive tayo. Hey, Joe, ingi ng bola sa likod, babackline tayo. Ha? Medyo maliit yung harapan natin.
Kapital!
Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit signal.tv/switch for more details. To injured, or at least on the injury list of the Flying Titans, there's Cheng. Recovering from an ACL injury, and so is Aduke Ogunsanya. We hope we see them within 2024. One of the conferences ahead. CC Rondina drilling that one in.
Nothing new for CC Rondina. And always all power. Look at the elevation. And
Spike to the set, brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Ika Rivera, also her former beach volleyball partner. Right before Sipons happened, sila rin talaga yung magkakilala ng sobra because of their beach volleyball experience. So isa rin yan sa abangan ko today, how well they know each other on the court. No? Yung pagbasa ni Rivera against CC Rondina.
In the meantime, another attack fault. Yegos, as she was turning around, sent the ball wide. This is now an 8-0 run for the Flying Titans. They've built a considerable lead here. Up by 7, Rondina with a miss hit.
Si Rondina may konting gigil, but of course that set also an offset. Ang layo ng pinanggalingan, so clearly a mistimed attack by Rondina.
Coach Dante Alinsunurin, last season, this team finished 7th in both the All-Filipino Conference, the first one, and the Invitational Conference. So they're hoping for a much better finish here in 2024. Tubino, the new pickup from the Lady Troopers. Patio Rendein sending it over. Tang Ponce picking it up. Wong back to Rondina, and she nails that one in.
I mean, it all starts with Tang Ponce talagang getting to those balls, to those areas na kala ng kalaban mamatay na, and then suddenly they would counter-attack with CC Rondina and her explosive hits, just targeting the gap between the blockers.
Rondina now with 3 points. Chance ball once again for the Flying Titans. Molde tips it. Good coverage by Makatuno. Rivera. Here's Orendain sending it over. Another chance ball for the Flying Titans. And they put it away from Sherry Lunag.
Sherry Lunag gobbling up on Capital One with an 8-point lead as they head to the second technical timeout.
The postseason of the association is almost here. Watch the 2024 NBA playoffs starting April 20th only on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Pilipinas Live. Hashtag everyone's game, hashtag NBA on Signal. Dina Wong with a big smile on her face. 1 point the last game, but she started in the second and third sets, not allowing Mars Alba to return. Look at the fans here, and they're in for a good set of games, Mela. I mean, you have this matchup, we have favorites, obviously, the Flying Titans, but you have the defending champion seeing action later against one of the contenders. Cool Smashers against the Angels in the final game today.
Sulit na sulit talaga dito sa Santa Rosa, and last time the PVL was, we were here also, and sabi nga ni Jorel Singh, talagang kakaiba ang mga fans dito sa Laguna.
Estrella popping it up. And that's sent over by Bingel Landicho, who had 3 digs in the last game. Isa Molde brushing it off the arm of Estrella.
Isa Molde, such a high efficiency in this game today. Just look at her soar, targeting the hands of Estrella.
Molde now the top scorer with 4 points. It's a 17-8 advantage for the Flying Titans. Pati Orendin turns the hands of time back with a nice hit.
She's been going to that cross-court area, no? And it's been working well for her. Let's see if Choco Mucho gets to adjust. Dahil iba rin pag nag-init itong si Pati Orendain, sunod-sunod.
Great pass again by Tang Ponce. And here comes Royce Tubino. One-handed dig is good. Makatuno popping it up. Ladicho sending it over. So many chance balls for the Flying Titans here in the opening set. Tubino with a push. Estrella again with coverage. Jorel Singh. Dina Wong. Ponce. Molde is rejected. Molde with coverage. Chance ball here for the blue shirts. Estrella blocked by Molde. Makatuno back to Singh. Oh, great coverage coming from Tang Ponce. And another long rally in the making. Patio Rendin. Here's Dina Wong. Tang Ponce will play setter. Royce Tubino. Great defensive pattern by both teams. Jorel Singh cut shot. Back row. From Dina. And the crowd getting into it now with each and every shot. Wong. And Shari Lunag, it's been the middles that have ended the long rally so far in this opening set, Mela.
Well, we've seen the kind of defense Capital One could display against Choco Mucho. Kaya naman Dino mo smart enough to end that rally with this Lunag hit. Coach Roger will call for a timeout.
Yung ginagawa mo sa ensayo, sinasabihan ka eh. Nakakapag-rally tayo. Ang problema, yung opensa natin, ang hina ng balik natin ng bola eh. Yung transition natin, ayusin ninyo. Ayusin ninyo yung transition. Kailangan mabilis kayo makabalik.
No more timeouts remaining for Coach Roger Gorayev, as Jorel Singh and the rest of the Solar Spikers down by their biggest deficit at 9 points. But despite this big hole they're in, I mean, we are so very impressed about how they're defending a high-octane offense of the Flying Titans, battered by Rondina, Molde, Madayag, Nunag.
And I think it also boils down to scouting. Kasi we have the top digger in Tang Ponce on the other side. Tapos very talented middle blockers who are also known for net defense in Madayag and Nunag. So pumunta dito yung Capital One ng prepared talaga. And they needed to compensate in defense just to make up for the counter-attacks that Choco Mucho will be pulling off today, as we see another point from Isa Molde. We talked about the creativity she's been displaying today. Kanina, different angles. This time, off with a tip shot.
And there was a net touch as well, I believe, from Rovi Estrella. Shaira Umandal is in the game for the first time. She is the older sister of Zhao. Plays for the Spikers turf.
At that time, combination play of Capital One na depensahan pero namatay yung bola with that miscommunication. Not the usual thing we see from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, but they have a very comfortable cushion here. A 9-point lead over the Solar Spikers.
There's Shaira Umandal serving to Rondina, pushed by Tubino. Still a 9-point lead for the Flying Titans. Jorel Singh bounces it off the block of Madi Madayag.
Specialty of the house for Jorel Singh. She's been known for those off-the-block hits, and just look at her, so fearless. She knows she have very tall blockers in Tubino and Madayag, but just going all power in that last hit.
Almost an overpass there by CC Rondina. Pati Orendain sets it up for Rovi Estrella, and she is rejected.
That time, Molde and Madayag roofing Estrella. We saw it right in front of our eyes. Talagang ang ganda ng payong doon ni Molde.
(20 serving 11. Makatuno back to Jorel Singh. Battle at the net desk. Clemente tips it over. And Isa Molde is turned away.
The intention of Isa Molde, makita mo to go deep cross. But she was a bit far off the net, and yung approach just did not meet the intention. Now we see Layog entering the court for Capital One. Let's see if she becomes the spark plug that Coach Roger needs.
Layog didn't play in the last game against the Angels. There's a block against Madayag. Good defense coming from Clemente. Molde. Yes.
Some Molde just saw the spiking spree this afternoon. And despite her having a very tall blocker in Des Clemente, doon niya pa rin dadalhin sa may bandang cross court. And a lot of efficiency for that girl.
7 points now for Isa Molde. Top scoring for the Flying Titans. There's a tip by Des Clemente. Again, good coverage coming from Tang Ponce. But that was too far to pick up, and Capital One will get the point.
Si Rondina, as much as we know her to be a superhero,
Yep.
hindi na may tatawid yung misset na yun.
Jorel Singh, after a 1-point performance against the Angels, has 4 today, but she throws up service fault. A look of disbelief on the face of Coach Roger Gorayev.
Ang ganda ng naging simula nila in the rallies that we've seen out from Coach Rogers' girls. The errors, the breaks for the game, it's not on their side. So, tignan natin if they come back. Dahil nakita natin, sabi natin kanina, Eric, medyo magandang gising ng Capital One. They might really challenge the upper-ranked team in Choco Mucho.
Well, so far they have, they're down here by 8 points, but it's a better set than the first set they played against the Angels, where they put up only 11 points. Rondina off speed. Good defense by Patio Rendein. That's into the net for Arian Layo.
We saw Arian really ask for that ball, no? And it's a nice attitude to want to be involved in the game. Pero siguro malamig pa din coming off the bench. They need more offensive weapons dahil puro si Jerel Singh pa lang din yung nakapuntos. And they also are targeting her already para she gets shut down because they know she's having quite a good game today against Choco Mucho.
And now the biggest lead, 10 set points for the Flying Titans against the Solar Spikers. Singh with a better pass. Patio Rendein unperturbed against the tall blockers and gets it through Cherry Nudag.
When Orendain puts up that kind of swing, you know it's almost always a point. Just look at that full swing, great elevation, going through the double block of Nunag and Tubino.
Makatuno goes back to Patty. Yes, no, it's wide. Could have been back-to-back points.
They're not going to challenge the call anymore. And Orendain also admitting that that ball went out.
Isa Morgan having herself a great game after only scoring 9 points against the High Risers. First set today, already with 7, Mela.
Just 2 points shy from outscoring herself. Pero marami pa tayong abangan sa game na to. Ang ganda ng mga naging
minutes of action. Second game of our triple header right here at the Santa Rosa Coliseum. Let's take a look at highlights of the opening set, Mela.
Well, Capital One displaying good defense, especially during the start of that set number 1. Pero sa dulo, napag-iwanan sila because of 2 reasons. Ang daming weapons ang ginamit ni Dina Wong and she activated all her spikers in set number 1 and that is why ang laki na naging lamang. Plus also the errors of Capital One started to pile up after siguro yung puntos na mabot na yung 10. Doon na sila napag-iwanan and makikita natin na Capital One Solar Spikers is relying on 2 main attackers in Orendain and itong si Jerel Singh and their attack efficiency is at 18%. Meanwhile, ito namang Choco Mucho, ang daming nakapunto sa kanila. Of course, Belmolde with 7 points already, followed by Nunag with 4, Rondina with 3 points, Madayag even chipped in 2 points. So essentially, just more people working harder on the side of Choco Mucho.
So if you're Coach Roger Gureyev, maybe cut down on the errors a little bit, be more offensive-minded. We'll see. A little change in the starting lineup for the Solar Spikers, as Arian Layug is in the starting lineup along with Heather Ginoo and Shaira Umandal. In the meantime, for the Flying Titans, it's the same 6 for Coach Dante Alidsunurin. Set number 2 underway. What a block by Umandal against Nunag. Rondina gets it through Arian Layug.
CC Rondina just continues to surprise us every time. I mean, having 2 blockers but still managing to almost hit that ball na down the line na first line pa.
4 points for CC Rondina. 2 players down for the Flying Titans. Rondina is blocked. There's still coverage despite the lack of manpower for the Flying Titans, and somehow they still got it over and found the hole in the defense of the Solar Spikers. And this move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycle.
Great eye by Rina Wong. That was such a chill move, no? Talagang doon lang siya right behind the attack line and seeing that big donut hole.
Nope, that is an overreach against Umandal, perhaps. So the Flying Titans off to a flying start here in the second set. 3-zip against the Solar Spikers. Rivera passes. Not a good one. They want to get Layu going. Good coverage defensively by Rivera. There's a push by Umandal. And save is good. Excellent effort defensively by the Flying Titans. Layug will try again. This time hits the antenna.
Marian Layug just being over-eager on that attack. Dahil very intimidating din, no, when you have Nunag and Tubino blocking you. So she wanted to avoid the hands of Tubino and go for down the line. Wouldn't work for her, and now Coach Roger will try and field in Janine Navarro to try to pull off some points out her sleeves.
Coach Roger Gureyev has the widest roster so far in the All-Filipino Conference, as there's a block here by the Flying Titans. Navarro didn't play in the last game, but she's seeing action here today. Early timeout for the Solar Spikers. They're down 5-0.
Makarating man lang sa attack line yung reception. Hindi tayo makakapag-play eh. Tapos yung mga opener natin, kung pumalo, tentative lang, ayaw yung paluin talaga eh. Kaya ano, Mario, 5-0 yan. Let go lang kayo eh. 5-0 yan eh. Konti naman na ano, konting pukpok naman.
I mean, you can hear the urgency in the voice of Coach Gureyev. It's 5-0. I mean, you can't just keep saying let's go and not have action on the floor.
And yung request niya, no, na yung reception makaabot man lang ng attack line, because right now it's very easy for Choco Mucho to read the attacks, and being the #1 blocking team in the league, that's not the way to challenge them. Kailangan talaga may mga combination plays itong si Meg Makatuno.
Navarro with a good reply as we check in with Franny Reyes.
Before the start of this set, Coach Roger told the Capital1 Solar Spikers, maganda yung umpisa natin, hindi yung chamba. He was reminding the girls that they were doing the right things. They just weren't able to sustain it for the rest of the set. Now, I talked to May Makatuno before this match started, and she told me that defense and reception of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans is really so good. It's something that they have to show as well. And clearly, the defense has been a problem for the Solar Spikers as well as the reception. They're unable to execute and convert on that first ball. Now, she also told me that Coach Roger's been telling them, pahirapan natin sila bago nila patayin ang bola. They know that they can play with the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. They know that they can play with the teams who are at the top of the standings. They just have to show it. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
All right, thank you, Franny. 2-point run after the timeout by Coach Roger Gureyev by the Solar Spikers. And all those points scored by Janine Navarro. And she does it again. 3 straight points by Navarro.
Ang ganda ng bunot ni Coach Roger dito kay Janine Navarro. Also one of the players who can play multiple positions. She's played outside, she's played opposite and middles in some teams. And I think it's working well to her advantage, no? Dahil kahit isang pwesto siya ilagay ngayon, nakakapunto siya.
There's a block against Tubino. Wong back to Royce. Oh, into the net. So this is 4 unanswered points for the Solar Spikers from down 5-zip. They're now within 2.
Makikita rin natin yung effect ng timeout na yun ni Coach Roger and the players responding well to that. Meanwhile, Coach Dante, medyo okay pa, chill pa. Ooh.
But a service fall by the 26-year-old Shaira Umandal. Samolde had 7 points, all scored in the opening set. Meanwhile, Nunag with 3. Beg your pardon, I think that's 4 points already. Des Clemente got it.
Well, earlier we said Capital 1 needs more offensive weapons. While defense, nakita na natin what they can do, what they can do to challenge Choco Mucho. And now they're answering that call, no? More players are stepping up for Coach Roger.
Good pass by Rondina. Dina Wong to Isamolde. First point for Isamolde in set number 2. She's picked up 8 already.
Isamolde, such a nice form. Backswing, really such a joy to watch as they head to the first technical timeout, 8-5.
Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. Welcome back to the Sports Coliseum of the Santa Rosa City Sports Center, or Sports Complex. A very cheerful Flying Titans. Big win by 10 points in the opening set. And right now they're up by 3. Although a good run by Des Clemente and the rest of the Solar Spikers after being down 5-0. They are now within 3. So it's a 5-3 run against Royce Tubino.
Serving for the Flying Titans, Royce Tubino.
Serve is outside.
It's a much tighter set number 2 rather. And sumasabay din yung errors nitong Choco Mucho to sa Capital 1. Let's see if Capital 1 gets to capitalize on that.
Underhand pass by Dina Wong. Isamolde is turned away. Des Clemente with a monster block.
Great penetration by the hands of Des Clemente. Look at that, really roofing Isamolde. And nakita niya yung angle ng katawan nito ni Bell. Papunta na talaga sa cross court. So she had her hands all over that side.
Running attack, Maddie Madayag. Yes, stopping the 7-2 run by the Solar Spikers.
Specialty of the house. Also for Maddie Madayag, look at that long running hit. Towering above Heather Ginoo to get that point.
Maddie Madayag now matching her output against the high risers with 3 points. Good communication by the Solar Spikers. We heard Makatuno telling Clemente, ako na, sa Rondina, short on the shot.
Kanina sabi ng Capital 1, parang nag-experiment pa sila, lalo na bagong team. And sa side naman ng Choco Mucho, may konting experimentation din pero on the plays na pwedeng mas ma-develop pa nila for the next round, for semis.
Maddie Matayag, back-to-back points.
The Wickers, you know, but it's good for Dina Wong not to stop feeding them, no, and to constantly keep them involved in the game. Para yung blockings din itong Capital1 constantly nalilito din.
4 points now for Maddie. No Kat Tolentino today. She's dealing with personal matter. It was reported earlier by Preliminaries. We hope she gets well soon. There's a nice block by Cherry Nunag.
Very easy block and easy read for Cherry.
Short pass. Coach Karayev does not like that. Heather Dino is blocked. Back row attack for Jarel Singh. CC Rondina against 2 blockers. Yes!
Si Rondina, yung hang time din talaga yung nagdala. I mean, she had 2 blockers but she waited for at least second delay na nakasalo na yung blockers bago niya paluin.
4-point lead for the Flying Titans. Good pass coming from Ginoo Singh. That's passed by Bolde, and another point here for the Flying Titans as they are starting to put a run.
Hindi ko pwedeng nag-aabang ka muna kung tatalong sa ulit. Bakit sumunod ka agad? 10-8 yan eh. Dalawa lang ang lamang yan eh. Ngayon, natatlo na. Bilisan mo. Importante yung blocking doon eh. Pabayaan mo na siya magpa-open. Basta huwag mong pakawalan yung middle. Pag pumalo yung middle, ibabaw eh. Huwag kang magbibigay ng middle na mabagal ang pasok. Magkatapat ka na. Go, ba't hindi napalo?
Kapitan! One! Go lang eh!
One-on-one, heart-to-heart conversations with Mark Pingris and Gilas legends tackling their life stories on and off court. Puso to Puso exclusive on Pilipinas Live. Download and register now for free. That's the last time out for Coach Roger Grayev, and still, I mean, considerably very early in set number 2.
Nagkaroon na kasi sila ng run eh. So, you know, Coach Roger wanted to still hold on to that momentum that they built.
Makatuno to Navarro. Finds an opening and scores.
No, good things happen to them kapag mas maraming nasesetan eh. Dahil kanina, it was, sabi nga ni Coach Roger, yung palo nila, parang very easy for Choco Mucho to just pick up. And kapag bumalik sa kanila, bomba. Daming spikers really being set up by Dina Wong. On their side naman, mostly it's Jarel Singh, even here in the second set. So getting Dai Navarro involved has been such a good spark for them.
Good dig, but an overpass from Jarel Singh. Running attack, Cherry Nunag. Coverage by Tubino. Dina Wong will spike. Rivera pops it up. Heather Ginoo blocked by Nunag. Makatuno. Back row Singh. There's Molde popping it up. Tang Ponce a little late, but still got it. Got the pass, and Rivera couldn't get it. CC Rondina with point number 8.
We've mentioned a lot of names, a lot of spikers to be highlighted here at the side of Choco Mucho. Of course, CC Rondina, one of the mains, but ang laki talaga ng contribution ni Tang Ponce. We know she's the top digger in the league, but in this game alone, she already have 14 excellent digs so far.
That's a far cry from the 6 digs she had against the high risers. So really stepping it up defensively. In the meantime, Navarro, who's been so far perfect before that shot, missed hits. Flying Titans starting to pull away once again. The lead is 5 points. Singh, put a little extra on that one. Went outside. First referee Mark Santos called it out, but the challenge here for Coach Roger Grayev, first challenge for the Solar Spikers here in set number 2.
Set number 1, we had no challenge from either of the teams. And this time susubok because they won't carry that over to the next set anyway, so might as well. And yung look din kasi ni Isa Molde, parang may may pagkadismayado eh. So tingnan natin if Capital One could steal this point.
Solar Spikers on a 4-game losing streak. It's very in. It's not even partly out. It's all in. As a bad call by the lines judge there. Successful challenge. Coach Goroyev will retain his 2 challenges. Big smile on the face of Coach Roger Goroyev. 5-point game. 10-15. Set 2. Makatuno passes. Rivera to Navarro. Tubino. Blocked.
Great collaboration between Jorel Singh and
Umandal.
Umandal. Ganda ng timing doon, and both of them had a touch on that last hit.
Great communication, teamwork, timing for the Solar Spikers. Heather Guinaud with a great serve, and here they come again with a run. Solar Spikers scoring 2 straight points.
Very successful service target for Heather Guinaud. I mean, the goal is to always have the middles receive. And ganda na execution that the last serve.
Ponce, a rare bad pass. Rondina off speed hit, beautiful.
Everything CC touches turns to gold. And that last point will take them to the second technical timeout.
It is 16-12 in favor of the Flying Titans. Their biggest lead was 6 points. And nice little run once again by the Solar Spikers, even without timeouts remaining already.
Wow, we see players from PLDT and Choco Mucho in attendance today. Buding Doremdes and Rachel Ostero enjoying the games. Wala silang laro today, but the last time they were here, they won against the Creamline Coal Smashers in straight sets.
Even Joanna Maraginot is here. A lot of PVL players checking out the action. Little combination play. Isamolde with the tip. Makatuno falling down. A great play there by Navarro, keeping it alive. Tubino, that could have been outside. Makatuno touched it.
The reaction of Royce Tubino. Don't know if that was relief or dismay.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan.
As you mentioned, it was already sailing. Kakapot na yung Makatuno, getting a touch on that one.
Rivera passes. Jorel Singh. Back row, CC Rondina. That's popped up by Ginoo. Navarro with the tip. Oh, great play by Navarro. That may have already been a floor touch, but no call by the officials. Navarro is blocked. Makatuno goes to Singh. A fast shoot set. There's a tip by Umandal. Rondina again. Big smile on her face as she clips the line.
You know, I don't always see players go for the attack and on their way there, nakangiti lang. Sobrang chill. And meanwhile, Rica Rivera, look at her, unable to get to the sideline. Alam niya na eh.
Back to the biggest lead right now of Rondina and the Flying Titans at 6 points. That, again, could have been outside. Orendain picking it up. Singh didn't like it. It was coming from behind her. So easy over. Nice block against Nunag.
And CC Rondina not attempting to get to that ball for the second touch. But look at this, very tall blockers also for Nunag. We have Navarro and Clemente collaborating on that block.
And Navarro is 5'10", and Clemente should be about 6'1". Molde. Singh pops it up. Makatuno back to Navarro. Tang Ponce with a great pass. And this time, Cherry Nunag puts it away.
Mababawiin itong si Cherry Nunag, and a great eye from Dina Wong. Look at that, seeing that Nunag only had one blocker. Itong si Dai Navarro, after the hit, did not try to guard yung middle ng kabila.
Not a good first ball there for Patio Rindein, and a net touch by Makatuno. Nunag with an ace. That's 8 points for Nunag. Her first ace of the game. Biggest lead now at 7 points for the Flying Titans. 20-13.
We haven't tallied as much ace for Choco Mucho, but here in the second set, mapapansin mo talaga how loaded their serves are.
Oh, speaking of loaded, what a loaded hit there coming from Jorel Singh. Makatuno with a one-handed save. Singh again. And this time, too loaded.
Is hit by Jorel Singh. She was way under that ball. Neck gripped the ball, just sailing outside.
Now an 8-point cushion for Cherry Nunag and the Flying Titans on their way to what will be a comfortable second set win. Dina Wong to Nunag. Back row Rondina. Yes!
You know, she doesn't even mind who's setting anymore. Talking about Cici Rondina.
I mean, the kind of jump Cici Rondina has, all you have to do is put it up.
Well, that's the kind of talent she has, the elevation, the confidence when those two combines, plus her skills. It's very lethal for her, but that time, Cherry Nunag will waste a point, but they're just 3 points away from sealing set number 2.
First service fault for Cherry Nunag. Janine Navarro, the former CSB Lady Blazer, with the serve. Get a quick set there for Maddie Madayag. Ooh. Good coverage by the Solar Spikers after a bad pass. And Jorel Singh knocks it off the blockers.
Jorel Singh making sure na that save is gonna count well for the Capital1 Solar Spikers dahil ang daming miscommunication prior that hit. So she just ended it with that counter-attack.
Second best game for Jorel Singh, already with 7 points. Second best game of the All-Filipino Conference, Cici Rondina. And finally, the Capital1 Solar Spikers, a little aware that the ball was sailing out, let it go.
Kanina pa nila kinukuha yung mga alanganin na ng bola eh. But that time, Cici Rondina, very clear that it was sailing out.
3 unanswered points right now by the Solar Spikers. Wong, Molde, that ends the run.
Lisa Molde, really gotta love to see the improvements of Bells. Look at her go in transition. From reception, she goes for the hit and smart enough to target the smaller blocker named Makatuno. Ang ganda na rin ang nagiging form niya, both in reception, especially in spiking.
9 points now for Isa Molde, matching her output against the high risers. Tang Ponce with a standing spike. Makatuno. Des Clemente is blocked. Jorel Singh trying to save it. Navarro will send it over. Flying Titans asking for 4 touches. There's Maddie Madayag right on the line.
A lot of free balls given to Choco Mucho Flying Titans. And when you do that, you get these bombs in return. Maddie Madayag with another runner to get Choco Mucho to set point.
5 points for Maddie Madayag, after only scoring 3 against the high risers. Good serve by Tubino. And little play on the ball by Patio Rindein, like a soccer player, just controlling it around her neck. Another big win for the Flying Titans, as Rondina really control the offense for the Flying Titans. Rondina now with 10, her 8th straight game in double digits for the Flying Titans, and they're up 2 sets to nothing. Going to set number 3 against the Solar Spikers. (25-15, 25-16), a 10-point win in the opening set, 9-point win in the second set for the Flying Titans. They are in control going into set number 3. Again, si Rondina, Isa Molde, Manny Madayag, Cherry Dudag, really contributing offensively, Mela, and for the Flying Titans as they control set number 2.
If you take a look at the scoreboard, isa lang yung naging lamang from the set scores ng Capital 1 in set number 1. No? Pero ang ganda ng ginalaw nila nung first part of that second set. Coach Roger also getting some spark out from Janine Navarro, scored 5 points in that set alone. Plus, yung maganda doon is more people are getting involved. You see Des Clemente also being activated more here in the second set, but they are still overpowered in the attacking department. Sa blocking nakabawi sila dyan ng konti. They even managed to snatch off a service ace. But their errors also gave more confidence and momentum to Choco Mucho. So essentially, it's really just the offense of Choco Mucho that's being too much for Capital 1. And a lot of that also being credited to the great digging of the team. 27 excellent digs for the Flying Titans already. 19 coming from Tang Ponce. Pero nakakasabay din yung Capital 1 in digging. They already have 14 excellent digs so far. So yung mga rallies are very evident naman dyan na maganda yung nagiging rallies nung yung palitan nila ng depensa. But the rallies always ending with the Choco Mucho points.
Well, the Solar Spikers, fewer attack points in set number 2 compared to set number 1. They committed much less errors, but better blocking by the Solar Spikers against the Flying Titans in set number 3. And they had more runs and got close a few times in the second set, but just not enough against the high-octane offense led by CC Rondina. You see Janine Navarro spearheading that little players-only huddle for the Solar Spikers. Let's see if they can turn it around here, Mela, and steal a set against the Flying Titans.
We're also going to see two new setters for both teams, si Quezon and Mars Alba on the floor right now. So let's see if magkakaroon ng changes sa pace ng parehong kupunan.
The last time the Solar Spikers won a set was 2 games back against the High Risers. They lost in a 5-setter. Their last 2 games were all 3-set losses. So let's see if they can get one here. Along with Mars Alba, Regina Rocha, Bia General on the floor for the Flying Titans. Meantime, you're right, Jel Quezon finally getting some playing time today. Quezon started in set number 2 and 3 in their loss against the Angels.
Coach Dante will also have some question to put in more players dahil as much as Choco Mucho is #1 right now, we know na approaching the elims and entering the semifinals, it's gonna be a tougher competition. So you want more of your players being involved in gaining experience.
Another short pass. General pops it up. Regina Rocha is turned away by Navarro.
Navarro continuing to be that spark for Capital1 as we see a solid block this time. All her 5 points came from attacks earlier. This time she's going to start off with a block against Arocha.
1-all. Alba, one-handed set. A very high push coming from Madayag. Navarro counters with a push of her own and scores. And the Solar Spikers are on top 2-1 here in the 3rd set.
Bia General got stuck in her area. I think nauna siya mag-apologize bago bumagsak yung bola. Kasi sometimes when your feet pantay, hindi ka na talaga makakilos to go closer to the ball.
Good dig coming from Pati Urindain. Chance ball on an overhead toss by Jurel Singh. Tubino off speed. Jel Quezon pops it up. Rivera passes. Another chance ball for the Flying Titans. Alba, Maddie Madayag. Quezon pops it up. Jurel Singh adjusts, puts it in. Madayag with the up. Off speed coming from Arocha. Another long rally. Singh. Bia General with a dig. Back row, CC Rondina. Rivera. Here's Singh to Rondina. Alba on a 1-2 play. Quezon was aware and defended pretty well. Pati Navarro, yes! Or Janine Navarro puts it in.
Janine Navarro, not the strongest of hits, pero ang taas ng contact. And we're gonna see na malayo yung kamay ni Arocha from the net. Tama yung tapat, but the distance of her forearms doon sa net, may nilusutan talaga yung bola.
Biggest lead of the match for the Solar Spikers. Very short-lived lead after the service fault.
So, dito talaga nag-matter yung errors nila because not all the time you get to have an advantage over the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. So, might as well prolong yung advantage na yun. But the rallies talagang mahahaba. So, makikita natin quality talaga yung laro.
Let's go courtside and check in with Franny Reyes.
Eric, it's been quality volleyball from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, and we weren't expecting anything less from this team. Mars Alba is the setter for this set, and she told me that it's really all about staying consistent no matter who you're playing up against in this league. Everyone here is a professional. Everyone is capable of doing great things. So the best way to show your opponent respect is to show them your quality game. And she also told me that as the setter starting in this set, the adjustment for her is still that connection with her spikers and the libero. There are still some flaws and miscues, but she knows that each game, each set, each opportunity, that bond, that connection will strengthen, and Choco Mucho will continue to be a formidable opponent in the PVL. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download the app now for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the back.
All right, thank you, Franny. A point. The last rally coming from Jurel Singh, but prior to that, Micah Ortiz making her presence felt. Arocha. Navarro with a pass. Singh. Alba with the first touch. Tubino at pass coming from behind, but didn't bother Royce Tobino.
Good thing she was ready. And kapag ka-offsets, hindi naman palagi sa opposite siniset yan.
Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
No blocker for Royce Tobino.
With Dante Linsunurin, only 2 players have not seen action today, Jem Ferrer and Mayan Mendrez. And you're thinking Mayan Mendrez, part of the report by Franny Reyes as Des Clemente knocks it in, is from San Pedro, Laguna, which is just 2 cities away from Santa Rosa. So, and maybe she has family, she has friends coming in. You're hoping Coach Dante will field her in sometime here in the 3rd set.
Well, this is a much tighter beginning of the set for both teams, but the pattern usually is when the lead is big enough, the coaches field in more players.
Mayan Mendrez has not played in the last 2 games of the Flying Titans. Back row, Rondina bounces it off the net. Good dig coming from Navarro. Patio rin din. And Rondina has been digging so well in the back row for the Flying Titans. Tupino and Navarro also defending so well for the Solar Spikers. There's another pass coming from Rondina. Ortiz popped up by Jel Quizon. Rivera to Singh. Yes, Jarel Singh with a little help from the net.
And Villa General was actually ready to defend the ball. But since tumama sa net yun, itong si Rocha tried to get a touch.
Jarel Singh, her 2nd best scoring game of the conference. 9 points already today after scoring only 1 in their loss against the Angels. Great pass. Alba, allowing Alba to be creative on a 1-2 play.
Mars Alba, we know that she's one of those offensive setters. And she's very chill, kaya naman very relaxed and fresh mind to go for these 1-2 plays. Isa na sila ni Dina Wong nakahuli sa Capital 1 with those 1-2 plays.
Great serve coming from Arocha. Singh looking for her 10th point. Maybe this is it. Yes, there you go. Jarel Singh in double digits for the 2nd time in the conference.
Jarel Singh, ang bilis nung 2nd attack niya na yon dahil nakita mo si Alba at si Ortiz bumalik pa sa gitna to try and catch if isaset ba sa middle blocker. So while the blockers are on their way up, napalo na ni Jarel Singh.
Her friends from San Pedro must be very happy. Jarel Singh playing so well today. But Ortiz with her 2nd point of the game, all here in set number 3.
Mike Ortiz, walang kupas. There was a time that every time she would go for those running attacks, ililista mo na eh. But it's nice to see that she's staying consistent.
One of the veteran players at 31 years old. Ortiz scores an ace. And no, actually, yes, she does score an ace. Send us to our first technical timeout. To Fly Titans up by 1. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. Flying Titans up by 1, 8-7, set number 3. They're also up 2-0 after winning the opening set by 10 and the 2nd set by 9. Mike Ortiz and the rest of the Flying Titans looking to win their 3rd straight game. Meanwhile, the Solar Spikers hoping to snap a 4-game losing streak. Ortiz scoring an ace earlier. Singh. Alba to Rondina. Nowhere to go.
Great reaction by Des Clemente on that set. Nakatapat agad siya dun kay si Rondina, and it isn't always enough pag natapatan mo lang, no? Lalo na si Rondina, very powerful attacker. Talaga yung penetration ng kamay ng blockers, very important din.
I was about to say, Solar Spikers not allowing the Flying Titans to get away. But Des Clemente with a service fault. Not so bad. If you're Coach Roger Gorev, they're only down by 1. 9 serving 8. Mars Alba, season 85 with the UAAP best setter and finals MVP. Arocha with a dig. Madayag is rejected. Madayag gets the first touch. And confusion between General and Alba. And that results in a double contact against the Flying Titans. They're trying to plead their case against Mark Santos, our first referee. It will be a challenge from Coach Dante Elinsinurin.
There were a lot of miscues on the side of Choco Mucho on that rally alone. It was General and Alba not knowing who to get or who to set that ball. Tapos sa third touch, nagkaroon din ng confusion between Madayag and Rondina. So, let's see if playable pa yung bola na yon for Choco Mucho.
First So it's still going to be 9-8 with Choco Mucho up 1. There you go. Navarro, low pass. Quezon to Orendain. Quezon chasing it down. Overhead toss for an overpass by Madayag, and Pati Orendain quick to put it away.
Maddie Madayag was not prepared to get that ball. Kumbaga yung position niya, no, she was moving. And it gave regalo to Pati Orendain.
9-all. Again, Solar Spikers not allowing the Flying Titans to pull away. General.
It's the closest set
Pati
played by both teams.
right on the line. Pati Orendain with a great game today. 5 points already.
Pati was actually slowed down in the second set. She did not manage to score. It was mainly Jorel Singh and Dai Navarro, but it's very important for all three to be involved at the same time.
Tubino bounces it off the block and scores.
There's Tubino, a very silent game for her, but 4 points already.
Still showing 3 points to match her 7-point output against the high risers. Quezon to Pati Orendain. That is still good. Shaira Umandal sends it outside.
The recovery of Maddie Madayag for the coverage paying off after Capital 1 committed an error there by Umandal.
1 point lead for the Flying Titans. Rondina with 10. Navarro blocked. Coverage by Rivera. Pati Orendain into the net.
Miguel doon yung dalawang spikers, but yung pala ni Navarro, it was recovered. And yung pala ng naman ni Patty Orandain went straight to the net. So now the errors are piling up on the side of Capital One.
Biggest lead right now for the Flying Titans at 2 points. What a save by Arocha, spinning to pop it up. Good dig coming from Alba on the tip by Umandal. And that is going to be outside from Arocha.
It was a bit awkward for Regine Arocha and she went for that hit. May palitan ng errors between these two teams, and that is why it is a much closer set.
Shorter runs for the Flying Titans as compared to the first 2 sets. Overpass. Ooh, but a great job by Alba keeping it in play, and Maddie Madayag with the power tip.
Height is might for Maddie Madayag, but also it's because si Mars Alba really fought off to get that ball playable.
Maddie Madayag with 7 points.
Also for Tobino, she has very big shoes to fill, especially because Kat Tolentino is the second top scorer of the team, number 8 overall.
Great save by Singh. Quezon sends it over, underhand. Madayag with a pass. Ortiz, power tip, picked up by Quezon. Here comes Navarro, cross-court hit, Tobino. A little confusion between Madayag and Ortiz, but they still got it across the net. Singh, blocked. Singh again, this time connects. Let's check in with Franny Reyes.
Eric, Jarrell Singh has been phenomenal for the Capital One Solar Spikers, and she told me it's because she wants to keep up with the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, and it's because she knows that her team can keep up with them. They are a team at the top of the standings, but the Capital One Solar Spikers have nothing to lose and everything to gain in a match like this. Maybe it's because she's back in Laguna playing so close to her hometown, but she wants to empower her team and let them know that they can do it if they want to. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Let's send it back to the panel.
All right, thanks, Franny. Off the block hit. Flying Titans back up by 2. Kat Villegas in the game for the first time for the Capital One Solar Spikers, but she is subbed out once again. I believe Coach Gorayeb has fielded in everyone in the lineup. Ortiz plays setter. A little confusion there. Bia General will send it over underhand. Nice shot by Navarro straight to the corner. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng Bayan. Navarro now with 9 points. Her biggest, best scoring game of the All-Filipino Conference. Great serve.
He did mention how these two teams have different goals coming into this game. And I think for Coach Roger and Capital One, having players score in double digits is already a big boost to their team, to the individual players.
Speaking of double digits, first double-digit performance for Navarro in the All-Filipino Conference. 10 points already. Rocha blocked. We're tied at 14 on a 2-point run by the Solar Spikers. Rivera to Singh. Blocked. Great coverage at the net.
Great timing and penetration by both the blockers. Alam naman nila Jarrell Singh, if she gets the chance, ipapacheck niya yan or she'd go through the block. So they did not allow the spiker to challenge them. Talagang pinayungan yung atake na yun.
Flying Titans inching 1 point ahead. Clemente is blocked. Makatuno with coverage. Clemente diving for it. There's a spike by Ortiz, but Solar Spikers keep it alive. And Jarrell Singh once again getting through the block, but great coverage defensively by the Flying Titans. Singh off the chest of Bia General. 1-2 play for CC Rondina. Gives the Flying Titans a 2-point lead. And they'll send us as well to our second technical timeout. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. Matches the biggest lead of the Solar Spikers here in set number 3. Coach Dante Elinsunurin and Choco Mucho looking for their 3rd straight win. After losing to the high-speed hitters, they've picked up back-to-back 3-set wins. One against the Chargers, one against the High Risers. In the meantime, for the Solar Spikers, their only win coming against SGA, or Strong Group Athletics. After that, they've lost 4 straight. CC Rondina in double digits once again. 8 straight games in double digits. And that means all of the games she's played in the All-Filipino Conference. Regina Rocha off the bench here in set number 3. Rocha looking for her first points of the game after scoring a couple of points against the High Risers in their last game. Rondina with an overpass. Makatuna to Clemente. There's a net touch against Des Clemente.
Des Clemente very eager to get past Rondina and Ortiz.
So biggest lead now for the Flying Titans in set number 3. Up 3 points. 17 serving 14. Nice serve for Arocha. Makatuna with an underhand pass. Singh outside. They're saying there's a block touch. Singh is saying so.
I think Alba also admitting that there was a touch.
Okay, so Alba's saying, yeah. No need for a review here because Alba's saying she touched it. So Mark Santos will say the point goes to Capital One. Honesty system. And there's a green card, of course, that Mark Santos will dish out to Mars Alba. Part of the fair play policy.
From Mars Alba against the green card.
Did you wish you had fair play back in when you played?
Oh no, I enjoy the acting part of it.
2-point game, 15 serving 17. That is going to be way out.
Singh wasting an opportunity. So far, Capital One, they've really thrown off a lot of serves, most especially here in the 3rd set. And I think that's not a good sign for them. Lalo na ito nga yung closest they got to fair with Choco Mucho. So sayang yung momentum nila with those service errors.
And CC Rondina, just on the way up, you knew she was going to go 100% with that shot.
We're just running out of adjectives to
and
describe CC Rondina.
And that's going to be 11 points now or 12 points for Rondina. Timeout for Coach Roger Gureyev.
Hindi na tayo challenge na. Sarado nyo na dito para maobligasyon pumali rin sa kabila. Isip tayo. Hindi umabot sa unahan na may reception eh. Kaya hindi tayo maka-atake ng maayos eh. Banda dito. Basa eh. Ha? Yung magsayaw na yung service ha? Let's go!
More conservative with his timeouts here in set number 3. Just the first timeout for Coach Roger Gureyev. They're down by 4. Manageable deficit. Pati Orindin. Good game today. And a little help from Micah Ortiz off a service fault. And now it's just a 3-point game.
16-19.
Coach Dante Elinsunurin was in the news recently, talking about how good it is for men's volleyball, that the Men's World Volleyball Championships will be happening here next year. Makatuno. Pati Orendain. There's block touch. There's Madu Mardeal.
So for the Spikers of Capital One had been taking advantage of the high contact of the blockers of Choco Mucho. They've been hitting high and getting those points off the block.
6 points for Pati Orendain. Villa General with a pass. Royce Tubino, an easy hit and an easy dig for Clemente. Pati Orende in. Tubino popping it up. General the set, too close to the net. Easy block against Rondina. There's Cat Villegas with a touch. Makatuno out to Pati Orende in. Off speed. Great save coming from Mars Alba. Navarro sends it. And Cat Villegas will hit. Arocha to Rondina. Great dig coming from Navarro. Capital 1 Solar Spikers scrambling and they get it across. Alba. Madayag is blocked. The up. Alba is blocked. Tubino. And there is going to be a net touch called against the Solar Spikers. That's a shame because they were playing so great defensively.
For a time, medyo na-miss natin yung mga low rallies between these two teams.
They were thinking about challenging Coach Correa, but I think they
Villegas already admit to the net violation, so point will be awarded to Choco Mucho.
So the challenge is withdrawn. It's not going to happen. Santos will serve or will whistle for Alba to serve. 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. Makatuno to Orendain. Catches the corner.
The beach volleyball player that she is, she knows how to target those corner pockets. Look at that full swing. Seems like it's gonna be a power hit. Rather, it's a well-targeted attack for Pati Rendain.
Still a 2-point game. Adi Madayag makes it a 3-point lead for the Flying Titans.
Power hit pa nga po. Just look at Pati Madayag. Perfect timing. Ganda rin ng contact niya sa bola. Really high. Now we see Jem Ferrer replacing Mars Alba. So now it's just Mayan Mendres who hasn't seen action.
Landicho with the pass. One-handed set combination play. Pati Orende in. Ferrer pops it up. Tubino. Makatuno with the up. Navarro hitting. Ferrer with the dig. Ordina. That is popped up by Jorel Singh. Great pass. Orende in with the off-speed hit and the point. Pati Orende in now with 8 points.
Well, Jem Ferrer freshly entered the court and I thought she was a setter but she acted like the libero because in that rally, ang dami niyang na-depensahan except for that last drop by Pati Orendain.
So it's back to a 2-point game, 19 serving 21. Solar Spikers still in a position to steal a set here. There's a soft block coming from Cat Villegas. Landicho sends it over. General. Back row, Rondina off speed. One-handed dig is still good. What a save. Solar Spikers still in the play. There's coverage. Arocha. Landicho pops it up. Navarro got it. Back-to-back points for the Solar Spikers, and it's a 1-point game.
This is the best set score Capital 1 has within these 3 sets. So this is their last chance also to snatch a set over Choco Mucho. So they really have to step on the gas right now and continue with the scoring. But Janine Navarro, just a very impressive game for her against Choco Mucho.
11 points now for Navarro. Tubino with a push all the way to the back. Landicho will set it up for Jorel Singh, who has the hot hand. Ferrer, underhand pass. Arocha will hit. Finds the opening and scores, stopping the run of the Solar Spikers.
Regina Arocha scoring her first point. And not the most powerful hit, but makikita mo talaga well-placed cut shot. Seeing that donut hole in the middle.
Second and final timeout now for Coach Correa.
Hey, set ha, pag may pumalo, coverage lang tayo lagi. Ha? Tapos yung depensa dito sa likod, magbasa naman kayong maigi ng bola. Pinapaltok lang, inaatok.
All right, so Coach Roger going to have burning a timeout.
See some players who played earlier. Carly Hernandez, Fen Emnas, Aram Aguilar.
Solar Spikers just 2 points down. Could pass. Singh. Yes, Jarrell Singh makes it a 1-point game. Jarrell Singh now with 13 points.
When we interviewed the players earlier, sabi nga nila character continuously dine-develop ni Coach Roger, and it's so nice to see them improving within this game alone. Ang laki na naging improvement nila here in the third set.
Ferrer out to Tubino, blocked. Rondina from the back row. Oh, Clemente was there, but she redirected the ball to an open space. So no runs for the Solar Spikers.
Si Rondina, when she's at the back line, she doesn't become less of a threat, even offensively. She's even an advantage to Choco Mucho dahil sa depensa niya pag nasa likod siya. But also, she scores as much at the back row, just like how she scores in the front row.
Clemente is blocked, and that's gone. Monster block puts the Flying Titans at 3 match points.
The thing about Choco Mucho against the tougher Capital 1 here in the third set, kaya nilang gumawa ng streak of points.
Navarro. Overpass. Clemente loses the joust against Mars Alba. And the Flying Titans get a 3-set sweep of the Capital Spikers.
With 2 points for Mars Alba. May konting kempot after winning that joust. But this is such a low-pressure game for the Flying Titans. Ang ganda ng naging galawan nila as a team. They managed to inject more players off the bench, and all of them really performed well. As we see Michael Ortiz with those runners, may mga aces pa. The great overall teamwork by the Flying Titans.
Three-set win for the Flying Titans against the Solar Spikers. Now, almost everybody playing for Coach Dante Elensinurin, save for Mea and Mendres. Terrific performance, Mela.
Well, yung third set nga yan yung naging pinakamagandang performance ng Capital 1. But Choco Mucho just remained really consistent all throughout. A lot of players showed up big time for them. Even yung mga galing off the bench, ang ganda ng naging performance. But ang pinaka naging consistent throughout those 3 sets, of course, is yung may pinakamahabang playing time din, si Rondina, scoring 13 points off from 12 attacks and 1 block. She also had 5 digs and 8 excellent receptions. So, MVP performance as expected for CC Rondina, but she won't be able to pull that off without the support of her teammates na nakikita nga natin cheering her on as she wins our Player of the Game honors today.
CC Rondina at 13 points to finish the game. Believe it or not, this is her second lowest scoring game, but her 8th straight game in double digits, again playing at an MVP level. We look at highlights of this 3-set sweep by the Flying Titans against the Solar Spikers.
Well, earlier in the first 2 sets, yung naging trend is sumasabay yung Capital 1 sa laro ng Choco Mucho in the earlier part of those 2 sets. Pero nakaka-abandon na ng malaki yung Choco Mucho once they have their groove going. They don't look back. They minimize their errors. But in that 3rd set, nagpalit din sila ng tao and itong Capital 1 really tried to maximize na wala majority of the starters on the floor. Sumabay din sila, especially offensively. Itong si Navarro really chipped in a lot of points, 11 points for her, 13 points for Jirel Singh, and Orendain also being a big factor for Capital 1 in that 3rd set, scoring off 8 points. But all those efforts, not enough to contain all the stars, all the weapons of Mars Alba and Dina Wong on the Choco Mucho side.
2 players in double digits, like what you mentioned, Mela, for the Solar Spikers. Not enough to prevent a 5-game losing streak now for the Solar Spikers. They have not won a set in their last 3 games. Meanwhile, only CC Rondina in double digits, yet good enough for the Flying Titans to win their 3rd straight game. All sweeps so far. They have not dropped a set since losing in 5 to the high-speed hitters.
And we take a look at the match statistics. Medyo nakasabay ng konti sa atake itong Capital 1 compared to their other games na mabababa pa yung scoring output on that department. Lalo na sa blockings, umpisa pa lang ng laro, nakikita natin a lot of spikes deflected by the blockers. Nagkaroon din ng mga adjustments si Coach Roger. Si Niegos ginawang middle, but also itong si Clemente, ang ganda rin ng mga naging touches. But overall, yung errors talaga ng Capital 1 being the biggest factor as to why Choco Mucho pulled away with the win.
Thanks to our director Al Neri, for Franny Reyes, my partner Bella Tunay. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric Tipan. Coming up next, the marquee matchup. It is the Cool Smashers and the Angels next, right here on Pilipinas Live.